Okay, since I like all the videos of guys unboxing brand new parts and showing me what they are, I'm going to do a couple videos of the parts I got recently. So this is a part from TorqueTech Technologies. It is for the 2005 12 valve, and it's an overflow valve meant to increase the horsepower over the stock one. I've had a see if I can find a knife. I've had a stock one in it for quite a while that was modified, and decided to finally pony up and do a little bit extra money into my fuel system. And this specifically is a valve designed for air dogs. It's apparently the regular spring and check ball aren't quite enough, and they don't flow enough for the air dogs application. So we'll pull this open and give you a good look at it. Got some seals. And this is the OF60. Let's see if I can get that in the right spot. TorqueTech OF60. You can see the orifice there. This is just an orifice type overflow valve. It's very basic. There's really nothing inside. There's no balls, no springs, no nothing. It just has a very precisely calculated orifice that TorqueTech has calculated to still flow enough fuel to cool the P-pump, but to also make a lot of horsepower. So that is for the 05. TorqueTech, go check them out. I like their stuff. I've got their tools here in my box. You know, valve spring compressor tool, and let's see, show you what the injector puller looks like. This is the injector puller. Handy little bugger. So we'll clean this up. This is for the blue truck, old blue, which might be old green or POS or whatever. There we go. Whoever's received a box from these guys before know exactly what this is and who it came from. These are my refreshed 5x20 power-driven diesel injectors. These used to be big guns diesel injectors, but because they've been refreshed and checked out, they are now technically power-driven. And it says on the bag, the body nut has been taken down 25 thousandths. That's because my fuel spray pattern wasn't really inside the bowl. They're set at 300 bar. I've always liked 300 bar because it gives a nice crisp throttle response. But yeah, ready to go make some big power. Of course, I requested the ultra thin injector coppers. Put that away till we have time to do that one. Do that. So this is a fairly important part for my blue truck. This part is really going to keep me from oiling down the track, blowing seals out. I'll see it in just a second. Let's move this back just a tiny. Man, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Oh, empty. This is a Billet tappet cover. I've been putting off getting one of these for way too long. Let's pull it out and show you some of the features that I found desirable. Now this is a good old eBay special. We're gonna see how well it works. Picked this sucker up for $165. They hosed me a little bit on the shipping, but I figured it was worth the savings. So one of the reasons I got this is I really liked the fat O-ring they used. Really enjoyed that aspect of it. And it's not the highest quality machining, but it's pretty nice. I'll show the camera here. See how deep that groove is for this big fat O-ring? This thing is a monster O-ring. And it's needed on these high boost, high tolerance, I guess you could call it, engines where I've gapped my rings on my pistons to probably 33 thousandths top and bottom. So it's a loose motor, makes a lot of blow by. I can also spray the living crap out of it. But one of the negatives is get a ton of blow by. So here's the other side. See if we can get a good, it's reflecting too much light. Has two breathers here, and they've got a little cut down here so it doesn't splash too much oil up in there. These don't look like they flow a ton, but that can be fixed with a drill or something. We can drill those out. But another thing that really attracted to me to this piece is these O-rings around the bolt holes. Now, I haven't seen any other tappet cover with these, but when this gets bolted onto the block and it's snugged up, these O-rings keep gases and oil from coming out the other side. And I thought that was a huge plus. So, one of the other reasons I got this. Of course, stainless steel hardware. Hope you enjoyed watching me unbox diesel parts. We're gonna do a tiny little install / time-lapse video of this overflow valve going in. Of course, none of you have really seen this in any detail. You might see some of my really old videos where I'm driving it and it's shifting and stuff. This is a 12 valve in a 2005. Got that 12 valve industrial manifold so we can have the turbo in the stock location, and consequently a lot of stock appearing items like this air intake. This is an AFE with a power driven manifold, power driven filter. And we're gonna focus over here. Let's get some more light over here. $19mm wrench, easily accessible. There you have it, modified stalker right there. One goes over the top right off the bat. Pull your line up again, slide it in. There we go. This is really the only tricky part, is holding the O-ring on. Started. Carefully snug it. Put your radiator hose back. Put your jimmied blow-by tube back on. Alright. Hop back in and fire it up.
Get a quality candidate through the site.
Fired up, nice and easy. I'm listening to the air dog pump. Before it would make quite a bit of noise. Now it seems like it's a lot more free-flowing. Go for a spin, see how it runs. I have the fuel pulled back quite a ways. See hardly smokes on the bottom, so there's no telling if it'll actually be any better the way the fueling is set up. Alright, we're on the highway, rolling about 65. Accelerated all right. It felt a little more crisp just in the acceleration. It didn't feel like it really fell off. But again, it's really hard to tell at this fuel setting. It's set pretty minimum. I mean, I think there's a stock plate in it all the way back. The AFC is slid all the way back. The reason being is it was smoking quite a bit with some 7mm valves that had a 035 thousandths shoulder on them. So I was trying to tune the smoke out of them, finally just took them out. The smoke went away completely. I also lost probably 100 horsepower, 80 to 100 horsepower, but we'll do a couple roll-ins and got a little grade here. And it feels pretty much the same. There might be a little extra there. Boost is continually climbing, whereas before boost would go in the reverse. Go ahead and do another full throttle run with you in the cab. Alright, full throttle, second gear, lock up, unlock third, overdrive. This is going to be an acceleration test with the Anteater on tune 3, and it's the highest shifting tune that I have, so we'll see what it does full throttle. Send in your resumes for Copilot. Okay, headed back to the shop. Truck is performing quite well on Tune 3. I actually really like it. It's a lot faster. It doesn't unlock between second and third, which on the other tune I'm not sure why it does that, but does. Alright, who thinks we should give it some more fuel and have another play around video? Comment, like, and most of all, subscribe to see more goofy videos. My trucks, tractors, well, those aren't mine, those are my dad's, but you get it. And, of course, me. Alright, we did some work on Old Blue today. Dragged it in here, sorry no video, but we're gonna go show you what we did. Well, first of all, here's some evidence of destruction. There's the motor. Got her all torn down. Looks like a dang octopus over there. But look at that billet shininess. Heck yeah. That's what we're talking about. eBay special. Oh yeah. Big time. And now I only built an 800 some odd horsepower truck without any of the billet covers. Kind of stupid. Now that I look back, I should have just spent the money and done it. Got the front cover off. Gosh darn gasket keeps getting pushed out, so we're gonna glue it. Gonna glue it good. Looks pretty pathetic with nothing on it. All the horsepower is gone. 13 mil is off. Turbos are off. Poor little 13 mil pump. All alone by itself. And for those wondering, yeah, I do run a stock gear, but that's about to change pretty quick thanks to one of my friends hooking me up. But I just red Loctited that son of a gun. And it stayed on there and held time well over 4,500 RPM. Yee. Alright, now that we're done, we're going to shut the shop down, go home. This is our shop. There you have it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of me. Maybe more trucks. Tractors. Farm stuff. Maybe some redneck stuff if we get around to it, you know. Bye.